when the Deputy Minister spoke about involving other ministers and other, government departments in discussions around ratings, I actually smiled at Mampo because this is something that I suggested to the former minister and his team, and I said, if you look at S&P, they look at 5 key indicators when they decide on a rating, and it doesn't involve just the Treasury. It involves also the Reserve Bank on the monetary policy side. They look at institutions, which is the politics and also the health of our institutions. So if they are involving other departments and other institutions, I think it's a great way and a positive step towards getting us back into investment grade, only because everyone knows what is required for them to get back into, for all of us to get back into investment grade. On the inflation targeting, I know that it's topical now only because that the public protector mentioned it, but the Reserve Bank have been discussing this, and there's multiple data and publications on their website. So I urge everyone to go there and read also papers on pre and post financial crisis and the decisions why the Reserve Bank decided to take the monetary stance when we did the pro-cyclical policy post the financial crisis. The Reserve Bank in 2014, so every 2 years they have a conference, and in 2014 they invited John Taylor, who is the economist who came up with the Taylor Rule, and again discussed many issues around inflation targeting, and I urge everyone to go back to those papers and read them. And looking at also the economy versus, the inflation targeting growth and also the rand. And in Australia, I think it was G20 meeting, it was decided that as a secondary thing, most reserve banks need to look at growth. So as our secondary mandate, we do look at growth. So it's not just inflation targeting. Growth is a secondary variable that the Reserve Bank looks at. Another thing on, let's say, our sectors and our, we should be growing through manufacturing, and our manufacturing sector is dwindling. It's actually 13%. 15 to 20 years ago, it was 20% of GDP. Again, why are the reasons why the manufacturing sector hasn't been growing is because of policy uncertainty. You'd expect actually the manufacturing sector to grow because of the weak currency that we've experienced in the past years. But actually the number one reason why our manufacturing sector is not growing is because of the policy uncertainty. So a lot of companies are saying, look, we don't understand the policy. Why should we invest in SA Inc. if we don't understand what the future holds for our sector or for our firms in 5, 10, 15 years' time? I think also just from, I've said, I started off by saying business needs to also step forward, because I think that business has been tiptoeing and playing really safe rather than actually getting their hands dirty, being critical, and also being a part of bringing South Africa out of the recession. But at the same time, I also think that politicians also need to be aware of the terms that they use that may seem quite, business may interpret it as attacking business. So instead of us being divisive, I think that we need to use also words, all of us, that are conducive and that are not only conducive, but words that encourage a healthy working relationship between all factors, all sectors, be it labor, government, and business.